Be on your guard.
So we could just, like, we can't teleport. Why can't we teleport yet in these games? Oh, I have a, there's a YouTube recap? I need to check that out. We're gonna like get like a few more like last minute side quests. Is that what's gonna happen? So this is the way to go, I'm sure, yeah. We just have to run through everywhere. I don't know why suddenly at the end, near like the second half of the game, or actually like the last third of the game, it feels like, we don't get to like freely teleport anymore. Like we have to run through some of these sections. Like it makes no sense to me. I hear something, but I don't know what it is. Okay, what is that noise? Oh. Random healing. It's gonna be something we'd like clear something out of the way to get to where we're going. No, we're just going right to take off the departure area, it looks like. Okay. And we're good. We're going. So what happens now? We just fly to Renda. I guess that's what we're going to discuss. Oh, are we actually not getting conversation? We're just...
I thought we'd find answers on Lenegis, but we just ended up finding more questions.
You can say that again. And now we have more problems to fix too. Like figuring out how to reform Lenegis.
That can wait for now. We've got more than enough on our plates to deal with as it is. Like figuring out who's really running the show on Rena.
Yeah. Which is why we're going to the Renan homeworld.
All the answers we've been looking for are on that planet. The person responsible for all this. The Red Woman and the Renaissalma. The answers have to be there. Are we prepared to finally find them?
So, what do we do first when we get there?
We know nothing about the Renan homeworld or what we might face once we arrive. We should get a feel for how things are on the ground before we take any serious steps.
It's also entirely possible that the first thing we're going to face is an attack.
If we come across a capital, we should... What?
There's just a bunch of them outside the ship. Okay. Did we just get like eliminated? Teleported? Don't tell me like there's like something stopping us from getting to Rena.
Damn! The hell just happened?
Our course has been altered. The coordinates are pointing to a different destination.
What's that?
Are we gonna like crash into the sun or something?
The ship's controls aren't accepting my commands. The engine is being shut down.
That's bad, right?
Quite bad. We've lost control of the ship.
Is all of this the Red Women's doing?
Are they trying to finish us off before we can land?
Everyone, look there!
We're in like a collision course or something. Okay, so we're literally fighting a giant rose planet.
A
thing.
flower blooming out of Rena?
But that flower looks like it's absorbing all of Dana's energy.
This is literally like Triamite from like Dragon
And it
Ball Z.
appears
Yes,
Lenegis is
Saxon just
serving
does
as a
look
conduit
tired.
for that energy to reach here. Could that have been its true purpose all along?
If that's true,
This is literally like
do you
Triamite from
think the
Dragon Ball
people
Z.
back on Lenegis
There would be
are
like these
all right?
seeds that like create giant trees that like suck up all the
I
light
can only pray that
of
they
a
are.
planet. But then it produces like fruits that make you like super
Damn it.
strong.
Haven't they taken enough already? When is this going to end?
The flower of oblivion.
With everything that's happening, we need to get back to Lenegis. Is the ship still offline?
Unfortunately, yes. Even more so than when it lay dormant.
Can you fix it?
Starships are extremely complex machines. One wrong move while we're out here in space.
So we can't get around
could
it yet.
very
We still
well
have to do
cost
like
us our lives.
side quest stuff to like.
So what? We're just stuck inside here floating around? For how long?
I don't believe this. We've made it all this way, and now we're stuck here? We're watching Dana die before our eyes, and we have no choice but to sit here and starve to death?
Law, calm down! You're not the only one who's worried here.
Well, if our engine's down, do we have any way to like get like
Right. Sorry.
communications and like have someone come out to us?
It's still too early to give up. There has to be a way to get out of this.
Alphen.
Or maybe the
Now
gravity's
what?
gonna bring us back to the planet.
The starship, it's back online?
No, this is different. Something is pulling our ship in towards it.
Probably another ship. Oh no, then I guess itself looks like.
We managed to get moving, but where are we?
it looks like Lenegis in here.
Do you think we might run into more Renans here? Or those red women?
Perhaps. Someone brought us here. The question is, who?
We haven't been ambushed, so that probably means they aren't hostile. Still, Why would anyone want to bring us here?
Hey, Shion!
If they wanted to attack us, they could have done so while we were back on the starship. We should see where this path takes us.
Ah, Shion, just in the nick of time. Here, lend me a hand while I...
No!
What the... Oh, right. The thorns. My bad.
No, I'm the one who should apologize. I overreacted.
Again, Law? Can't you even go a minute without putting your foot in your mouth?
Seriously, it's fine. I'd rather that than people feeling like they're walking on eggshells around me. Besides, I'm the one who should be vigilant about not touching you guys, not the other way around.
Actually, I've been meaning to ask. Not being able to touch people, does it ever get lonely sometimes?
I guess I never really thought about it in those terms. It was either accept it for what it was or come undone. Before long, it was just part of my everyday reality. I think I even forgot there was another way to live. Which isn't to say I didn't feel alone. I did. Always.
So numb to your reality, you couldn't even recognize it as loneliness? I don't know how you managed.
It's fine. I know I'm not alone
Hello,
anymore.
Patty. You missed the
I can't even touch you.
Rose
No
planet.
way of lending you a shoulder when
Blooming.
you're down? Even Alphen.
I appreciate the
Turns out, like,
concern.
Rena was just, like, one huge, like, bud
Until
that
I get rid of these thorns,
drains the
I
life
guess I'll
of the
have to put
planet
up
to,
with
like,
it
bloom
just
into
a little
a
longer.
space flower.
But not forever. Alphen promised me that. Maybe it'll be soon, maybe it won't be. But either way, the day will come. And I'll be ready when it does.
Yeah, just hang in there. One day, we'll share a big warm hug. You'll see. I promise. Boo!
Ah! What the... Are you out of your mind? This isn't the time for games, Rinwell!
Oh, come on. How am I supposed to resist with you looking all jittery like that?
It's called experiencing feelings appropriate to the situation. You ought to try it sometime.
Yeah, but seeing you act all nervous, you're making me start to feel nervous too.
Oh, sorry.
Staying alert is important, but too much caution can cloud your judgment. Try to strike a balance.
I swear to God, this is like a mini dungeon.
I still can't get
I'm
over
gonna be
what we
annoyed.
saw happening outside the starship.
Yeah, our planet's really not doing too hot right about now.
We're gonna get a lot of skits now,
I've
aren't
only
we?
ever seen Rena from the surface of Dana, so I figured it was just another round planet like ours. Still though, I never would have imagined Rena actually looked like that. And what's the deal with that giant flower coming out of it?
Beats me. I have absolutely no clue. It's so surreal. It looks like a broken egg or something.
Rena and Dana. We were taught that both worlds were spherical bodies that floated amongst the stars in the heavens. But to think that they lied to us not only about the Sovereign and the crown contest, but also the form of our own planet.
Dohalim.
Okay, who's the wise guy that summoned us here?
Someone formidable enough to bring our starship along with us.
They must be here somewhere. Let's find them.
That beam of light joining Dana and Rena. It was the
We're
red
getting
inside that it first came from,
we're getting
right?
So many,
That's what it looked
skits.
like. And then the Danon side responded.
Perhaps it was some kind of directive from the Renin homeworld? To reawaken the Wedge and Lenegis?
Which would mean that whoever's behind all this is on Rena after all. But what are they after? Is it really worth going through all this trouble just to steal Dana's energy?
Try to stay calm. With so many factors we don't understand, dwelling on it won't get us anywhere. What is it?
No, it's just... Zephyr once told me the same thing. So much for me making progress, huh?
You made it this far, didn't you? You notice something, you change it. That's all anyone can do. But you can't stand still in the meantime.
Oh, there's like different levels. Okay, we're on with the central level. What if we do? What if we don't go to? What if we go to the lower level? Upper level. Okay, we can't go there. Never mind. We have to go here. There's treasure chest. There's not treasure chest. What the fuck is this nonsense?
This place looks a lot like that room we saw back in the Forbidden Zone.
Huh? What's that?
Look at some kind of container for people.
It's one of those!
A red woman in disguise. Or is this their true form?
So it was a trap?
Maybe it's the original Red Woman.
It doesn't look like it can move. Tell me, are you the one who brought us here?
Oh wait, they're actually responding to us.
That is correct. It is unusual for me to have unexpected guests these days.
It can talk.
What are you?
Hevrect 35.
Hevrect 35. Is that your name?
Correct.
What is this place? No, wait, before that, just what exactly are you? Are you somehow associated with the Red Women?
Before I answer, I have a question for you. How did you all arrive in this sector?
We did not come to this place by choice. Our ship was brought here against our will, by a group of red women who can shift into the same form as you.
In that case, we can assume my brethren who serve the Great Spirit have deemed you all to be a threat most grave.
What do you mean, serve? Are you saying there really is someone more powerful than the Red Women, pulling their strings?
What did you do to us?
I examined your bodies. You have not been harmed in any way. Identifiers detected. The Sovereign and Maiden are among you. However, you aren't under its control. I see why they viewed you as a danger now.
Oh, goody. More riddles.
Do you think we can trust this thing?
Like it or not, it may be our best chance at a ticket out of here. Let's at least hear it out.
I shall now answer your questions. We are Helgenquil. The red women you encountered previously are a form of disguise we employ from time to time, but not our true form.
Helganquil?
You are on Dake Phasol, a celestial base which drifted here by accident.
There
The
is
will of
no
Rena's
way.
great spirit
There is
no longer
no
reaches
way.
us here.
This got
Since my
passed.
sudden
They named a guy
separation
named
from the great
Balseth
spirit's
and Dick
influence,
Fakel.
I
Like,
have
there's
used any and
no
all
way.
means to extend my lifespan. As I have done so, I have also set out to monitor and research Rena and Dana from this position.
A question. What is this great spirit of which you speak? Is it something that rules over your kind?
Correct. The great astral spirit is a large mass of astral energy that fills all of Rena, one with its own will, a voice we cannot refuse.
A voice? Just like Dana.
The voice of the Great Spirit speaks to our hearts directly, and we have served it without question throughout the ages.
Does that mean it was controlling your minds? Wait a second. Could this Great Spirit be the true sovereign of Rena?
The true ruler of Rena. It could be the same thing that's controlling Volron.
Wait, back up. You're telling us this great spirit of yours is the one that ordered you things to harvest the astral energy from Dana? I'm not sure I believe that.
Why not? We've already made contact with the will of Dana back in the Wedge, and in the Forbidden Zone on Lenegus. If Dana has a will of its own, I don't see why Rena wouldn't.
Maybe not, but think about what you're saying. If Dana has a will like Rena, then that would mean that we've been controlled by the voice of Dana this whole time, just like these things.
Dana's will hasn't been forcing us to do anything.
Yeah, but
Let's assume that what Hevrek 35 claims is true, and that we are indeed cut off from both planets. Even if we had previously been under the control of Dana's will, we would have noticed now that we are disconnected.
Your fear is not based in logic. The voice of Dana is much smaller and quieter compared to that of Rena's Great Spirit. Rena's astral energy is amassed at its center, whereas Dana's is shared among all its constituents. So thinly is that energy spread that it cannot coalesce and formulate a will. Our findings here indicate as much.
Which explains why we felt its will where we did. The Wedge and Lenegus are where so much of that energy had been accumulated.
The Great Spirit's desire is to consume all astral energy, and the pursuit of that desire is why you see Rena in its current state. As a result, it has turned its attention toward Dana.
Is that why the crown contest is necessary? So that the Great Spirit can feed off of Dana?
Indeed, and it was to that end that we Helganquil devised the crown contest. Had the initial spirit channeling from 300 years ago succeeded, all of Dana's astral energy would have been seized.
But the ceremony failed.
This story is
Lenegus
definitely
was
taking
severely
turns I
damaged.
didn't expect.
And you lost both the Sovereign and the Renasalma.
Correct. A change in plan was required to ensure the spirit channeling's success. However, recreating the Renis Alma required a vast amount of energy. That is why we turned to Dana.
So that was the real purpose behind the crown contest. An efficient means to harvest the necessary energy from Dana.
This is all happening because of me.
Nevertheless, you still haven't answered one of Alphen's original questions. Just why have you brought us here to your base, Hevrek 35?
First, it was to confirm the identities of you, my unexpected visitors. Second, it was to ascertain whether you would be likely to accept my request.
A request? But what could someone like you want us to...
I wish for you all to slay the Great Spirit.
I'm sorry, did you just ask us to kill your master?
We're gonna kill
I
God,
did.
guys.
It is in your best interest that you do so, I might add.
What makes you say that?
Lenegus has entered the final stage of the spirit channeling plan.
Yeah, he's based.
As we speak,
He's
Dana's
all for
energy
killing
is being
things,
harvested
but, you know.
en masse and transmitted to Rena. If nothing is done about the Great Spirit, it will not be long before all is lost.
You're saying the destruction we saw earlier is just the beginning? That...
We won't let that happen.
Why do you want us to kill the Great Spirit so badly? Is
That
it
shit
to
has
save
a
our
least
world?
surprising twist.
To
Yeah.
free you, Helganquil, from under its control? Why?
No. My primary concern is validating our findings and analysis, which have taken many years to realize. As such, it is my desire to see how your actions impact and change these systems. However, I will not deny that vengeance also plays a part.
Vengeance? For what?
In spite of our long service to the Great Spirit, Our species is on the brink of extinction.
You mean you're dying?
Okay.
At this stage, it would be wise for you to talk with the others.
I
Ask
don't
them
want
what you need to know. Once you have your answer, return to me. If you agree to help, I shall fix your ship.
Do I
Others?
have to talk to this?
Just how many of you are there?
Can I just ask you to fix my ship so
I
we can
am
go
the
kill God?
only Helganquil who inhabits Dake Phasal.
With steak, not dick. I was gonna say,
Hey! Hey!
It's no use. I think it's done talking to us. Let's take a look around.
okay. Okay. Nope, I have to go find the others. Go figure.
You can't seriously be buying anything that creature told us, right? I mean, it's practically blackmailing us into doing its dirty work.
We're getting more lore.
To be honest, the conversation went on for so long, I'm not sure I understood all of it. How about you, Dohalim? Were you able to follow it at all?
At the very least, everything it said about the Renan Great Spirit adds up. At the end of the day, this whole chain of events comes back to astral energy. That being said, had we not previously encountered the will of Dana, I suspect I would find its story much more difficult to believe.
The spirit of Rena wants to see Dana completely destroyed.
But why? Astral energy is supposed to be a force that creates and shapes the world.
It doesn't matter. I don't care if we're up against an entire world or what its game is. We're not going to let it destroy Dana.
Right.
There is one other thing that concerns me. How the Great Spirit, the Helganquil, and the Crown Contest are all part of a centuries-long plan is clear enough. But what about the Renans? How do they factor into all this?
Now that you mention it, and all that talk, Hevric 35 never even brought up the Renans once. And as for the Helganquil, we never did find out just what they are either.
Maybe it had a reason for keeping its silence. Or perhaps there's even more going on. Maybe the others will shed more light on the matter. Let's find out.
Okay. Oh, that's actually kind of pretty. We're not supposed to come here, it looks like. I assume we're gonna have to come here because we get to, like, have a meeting right there. So we're not gonna supposed to go upper, we're supposed to go to the lower? We can at least fast travel now, which is nice. What is back here? What loot do you have for me? What do you got? It's not loot. No loot? No loot. Alright. We're gonna figure out who the others are. Oh, there's actually people here.
Who are they?
What is it?
Oh, my apologies. It's just been so long since I've seen any humans from the outside world.
Are you a Renan?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. The Overseer told us to answer any questions you might have. Whatever you want to know, we'll tell you as much as we can. But be quick. Our subjects are undergoing a dramatic shift that we don't want to miss.
What a weird guy.
He must have meant Hevric 35 when he mentioned that Overseer.
And what was that about subjects? You don't think he meant Dana and Rena, do you?
There isn't anyone else we can talk to. I guess we should ask around here.
Have you guys lived up here in Dag Fazel with Heverick
We
35
do
for a
have
long
to
time?
talk to him, apparently.
Yes. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head just how long it's been, though. We regularly go into stasis, so our sense of time has gotten rather out of whack over the years.
Why are you all even here in the first place?
Originally, this station was where we worked to perform maintenance on Lenegis from the outside.
We heard that the
Oh.
facility ended up in its current location due to an accident.
Oh, it was terrible. Apparently, there was some kind of accident, and when help never arrived, they presumed the entire facility had been destroyed.
And you've been working for Heverick 35 ever since?
Well, at first we thought that there was nobody else inside the facility, but then it turned out the Overseer was there all along.
What do you mean?
The Helganquil have the technology to cloak themselves around us Renans. As long as they don't do anything obvious, a Renan won't see one, even if it's right in front of them.
Which would explain why Shion and I failed to notice the Red Women previously. Do they employ an astral art of some sort?
I haven't been able to scientifically confirm it for myself, but from what I understand, the type of cloaking they use is primarily achieved through mechanical means. In addition, they also used hypnosis devices and information control to get us to do what they wanted without being detected. It's a pretty sophisticated operation, especially since it avoids any unnecessary conflict. I have to imagine that's how Lenegis is still run.
But aren't the Helganquil themselves controlled by the Great Spirit? If so, why aren't Renans affected by it in the same way?
The Great Spirit's mind control only works on Helganquil, so they had to employ other means to manipulate us Renans.
You act like this didn't affect you personally. If I was you, I'd be mad as hell at their deceptions.
I mean, sure, I was surprised when I first found out about it, but it happened so long ago.
Heverick 35 has clearly ceased concealing itself, though. Why is that?
Who can say? My guess is it just got bored, or maybe even a little lonely.
Don't you want to go back home to Rena or Lenegis? Our ship is going to be fixed pretty soon. You could ride with us.
No way. If we went back after knowing the truth, they'd either just brainwash us or purge us outright. After all this time, there's nothing to be gained from going back. We've all agreed it'd be best to simply stay here and watch everything unfold instead. Things are going just fine with the Overseer. Not that it'll be around much longer. It can't extend its life any further. That said, I'm sure it's pleased to see the final stage of the plan before it passes on, though.
Thank you for answering our
The only
questions.
reason I won't be able to complete the game by tonight is because there's gonna be so much fucking lore and exposition that they're dropping on us right now.
Can we talk to you for a few minutes?
Sure. It's going to be a while before the two planets undergo their next shift, so I can talk until then.
Please, tell us what you know about the Helganquil.
I can see the guy.
You mean the Overseer's
Is it
species?
because of
I
fucking
can't say I know much about them.
the
Well, for starters, where'd they
the
come
feathers on Shion's outfit?
Where else? From Rena, obviously.
from? From Rena? Wait, are you telling us those things live right alongside the Renans
Oh,
down there?
by the way, Patty,
Of
that was the
course
hat.
not.
Okay.
There's
by
really
the
no
way,
such
Patty, because I
thing as
know
Renans in the first place.
because I've sent it to you.
Excuse me?
I am loving
Oh,
the mech
I thought
designs
the
and
Overseer
like
explained
Overlord
everything.
King Ganger
Apparently not.
because like
Please, tell us more.
Well,
it's
in
like
a
the
nutshell,
perfect like
the
mobile
Renans
gun
were originally
platforms,
created from
and then
atoms
like
by the
mechs.
Helganquil.
It hits the spot just right. Because like the plot is like
But if that's
I
true,
like the lore of it,
then
but
that
like
would mean
you
there
could
aren't
definitely tell
any
it's
people
older
in
anime,
Rena.
so like the dialogue is not
There
always
aren't.
that
But there
great,
are
and the
Helganquil.
plot is a bit weird
That's
at
what the
times
name
or
literally
a
means
bit
in their
off. But oh my
language.
god, the mech
People
stuff
of
is just
Rena.
so great.
But what need could
Moving
they possibly have to
cities,
create a whole new race
Different
of
kinds
people?
of mechs.
It was a way
Different
to
fighting
bolster their dwindling
styles.
workforce. I trust you're aware that the Helganquil are on the verge
So
of
good.
extinction, yes? In essence,
I'm enjoying it
we
more
were
as it goes
created to
on,
carry
but there's
on
definitely
their
some
work
cheesy
for the Great
parts.
Spirit after they all die. They gathered Danans who had an affinity for astral arts and proceeded from there. That's why we, as their descendants, can all cast arts, albeit to varying degrees.
Let me get this straight. Are you saying Renans were originally created from Danans that the Helganquil kidnapped?
Wait, that explains why almost nobody
Dude,
can
that
use
was one of my
Astro Arts
favorite
on Dana
ones.
now.
Okay,
Helganquil technology
Renans
is
are
truly
actually
amazing.
Danans that were
The way they
created
alter their bodies is far
by
less
the
invasive
Helganquil.
than your conventional surgeries. They have these tiny machines that are practically invisible, which they insert into their bodies and...
Enough. You needn't tell us anymore.
What the
How
fuck?
can you speak so calmly about all of this?
I guess I can see how, when viewed in a certain light, their ways may sound grotesque. But if you ask me, I think they ultimately did us a favor. They saved us from crawling the earth in ignorance. If it meant their hands had to get a little dirty in the process, then so be it.
Jeez.
Anyway,
Yeah,
the
I'm surprised they haven't
Helganquil
started
are the
swaying.
real Renans. Personally, I don't think it's such a big deal. They're also mostly the ones behind what you see going on between the two planets.
So
I think that
the
covers
Danans
just
turn out to
about
be
everything worth knowing.
the result of their
I
own
see.
ignorance in
filling us
making messing with technology or something, or whatever it might be.
Does he really expect us to believe that Renans never truly existed? How absurd.
Dohalim.
I guess that's
Just when
good
I
in
think
a
we're
way,
getting to the bottom
meaning
of it all, some
they're
new
just
revelation
human.
smacks us in the face.
Then let's hope this is our last revelation for a while.
But yeah, Patty, that like turret, like it's just a mech with a giant turret that you sit in on its shoulder is just so great. I can see like in that show where like it goes from like they're like, okay, how do we move this platform across multiple different like surfaces and everything? Oh, we put it on a mech body and it will walk around and park itself. It just like you could definitely see where like a human mind's like, how do we move this giant turret? Because they don't have the technology just to make it on a mech, right? Then you see like the more bulkier mechs that like are made to take a beating, like they have the giant riot shield with a rifle. That you see as like the tech is newer. You see like the new shiny one that's more mobile and agile. Like I just love it. Like you see how like in like real time in the span of like that episode of like, even if they don't say it, it's different like decades of mech types, or even if they're around the same time they're made with like different purposes in mind, and I just love it.
Do you know anything about a spirit channeling plan?
Oh, and then of course like the cities are moving
If you
across
mean
the
the first
snow,
plan from 300
and so they
years
just
ago,
had like the
then
mechs hanging from the
Do you know
back
what its
via
main
roping
objective
using like
was?
sleds.
Yes.
Just to go at the
It was
high
to use
speeds.
Lenegis to siphon off Dana's
I just
astral
love
energy
stuff
and
like that.
send
Like
it to Rena.
they sat down and thought, okay, how
Exactly.
would mechs
However, there
do
were
in
two
this situation?
problems we had to consider. First was how to collect and send
So instead of
such a
like having them
large
like
quantity of
activate from the
astral
factory or
energy without it
weapon
becoming
field,
sentient.
they're already outside. They're not using their
Second,
engines to
we had to
you know
figure out
power
how
on.
to
They're saving like,
convert Dana's
what it might be the
energy so it
gasoline
would be
or
compatible
battery
with
cells.
Rena.
They're just
I take it the solutions to those problems
using
were to use
a
the
little bit
wedge
of
for the
power just to
collection,
hold
and then the,
the
sovereign
wire.
and maiden
Like
to
you know what I
convert
mean?
the energy.
Like I love how
we have a
like
winner. However, the first plan
realistic it
failed
is.
when the sovereign was
That's what it
overwhelmed
is for
and
mech
became
anime?
frenzied.
to say.
The reason for that is because the maiden lost control. I'm told he slaughtered many Renans in Helganquil that day.
I like a grand
For
mech
the
anime,
next
so do
plan,
I.
we tried to recreate the Renis Alma, but we didn't have nearly enough of the other non-dark astral energy types. To amend that, we set our sights on Dana.
They did get a
and
bit
implemented
ridiculous
a
at one
system
point because the one
whereby
episode I
we
was
could
watching, the
extract
snow
energy
one,
from it.
the big bad guy
And
like
the
mech,
crown
like
contest
each like
began.
it's like the super mechs have like
Correct.
ability, and
Since
it
the
was
maiden had been
able
the
to stop
failing
the
point of the
motion
previous plan,
or like
it was
time
decided
and
to
air
replace
quotes
her role
of
with
like,
machinery
you know
to avoid
certain
further
things like it
mishaps.
froze bullets,
A new sovereign
things
had
like
to
that.
be made as well.
but like
It was
otherwise
such
it's
tremendously
most of the
difficult
combat has
work,
been
and
like
success was dubious.
realistic combat.
But from the look of things, it would appear such worries were unfounded.
So that's what the purpose of that room we found in the Forbidden Zone was.
What about the flower that sprouted from Rena?
Flower? Oh, that thing. That's the physical manifestation of all the astral energy that's been harvested from Dana. As I'm sure you've noticed, it's quite a lot of energy. At this point, it's likely that it's become physically integrated with Rena's planetary
I think you
structure.
enjoy it, Patty. I think once you get around like
Heverick
the
35
kind
mentioned
of
that the
like
spirit channeling
not
plan
great
is entering its final
dubbing
stage. Is that true?
and some of the like
It is.
it is like
I never thought I would live to see
it's
the day with my
action
own
mecha,
eyes.
but also
And
like
yet here we
comedy
are.
at times as well.
Are we done talking now?
But
If
I
it's
think
all the
I
same
think
to you,
once
I'd
you get
really
past a bit
rather
of the
not miss
comedy
anything that's about to
and like the
happen.
bad dubbing at times, I think you'll enjoy it. I think it's only like
He
26
talks
episodes,
like
so
the
only one
potential end of the
season.
world is just another day on the job.
You've got to remember that these guys have been living alone
True.
out here for a long time. Who knows what
Have you
shape
ever
their
suffered
minds
for
are in.
ghost stories, Patty?
It feels like our whole world has been turned upside down. Is there anything we know that's still true at this point?
Okay, you've seen clips.
Seriously, I'm still trying to process
God,
the
what
fact that we
is-
Renans were
what
created by the
is the
Helghan
worst dub
let
I
alone
ever
the Sovereign
watched?
and Maiden stuff.
Let's take a moment to gather ourselves. I know all of this is a lot to believe and take in, but I think it's fair to say that we've found the answers we've been looking for. Does everyone agree?
Agreed. Though I'll admit that I never expected it to
A part
all
of me,
boil down to
half of
Rena's
me wants to
great
say
spirit being behind everything.
it's so good, but
Everything
the other
that's
half is like
happened,
so bad.
everything
It's
we've endured,
Yu-Gi-Oh! I
It's
think.
all because of astral energy.
And to get that energy, the Great Spirit took control of the Helganquil. Then the Helganquil created the
Because the
remnants,
best part is Joey
who went
Wheeler.
on to invade and rule over
But the worst part is
Danas.
everyone not Joey Wheeler.
Plus, the reason the Great Spirit can't directly control the Renans as well
Like, I
is
still
likely
love
because they were
for some
originally
reason like
Danans
everyone's
all
like
along.
normal. They're just like, oh yeah, Joey.
Either way, I think
straight
it's
from
fair
the
to say
Bronx.
we've all had a lot to take in at once. Maybe too much, even. We should probably take it easy and rest our minds a bit. Why don't we all take some time to think things over before we decide on our next move?
That's a good idea, Kisara. If the Renan Great Spirit really is behind all this, then we've got a really big fight ahead of us. Because it's not just Dana on the line, but Rena too. If we're going to do this, we need to be completely sure of ourselves. So let's go ahead and break off for now. We aren't in any immediate danger, so we should be okay.
Maybe One Piece. I don't really like a lot
Sure
of
you don't
One
wanna be
Piece's
alone
dubbing
right
early
now?
on.
I could ask you the
Which might
same
be a hot
question.
take.
I figured I'd get all my
I prefer
thinking
the
in
sub
while
there,
walking
hands
around and
down.
checking up on everybody.
I'll go along with you. I'm interested to hear what's on everyone's minds too.
Sounds good. Let's go find them.
Everyone's just gone their own way, huh?
Yeah, let's hit up each spot. Everything we thought we knew. It was all
I think
just
the
a
best dub is
fabrication that the Red Wing-
probably.
No.
I
but
mean,
the
Cowboy
Helghan
Bebop
Quill
is up there for like
made up.
best dub.
Right.
Gurren Lagann.
Assuming we can believe anything that Heverick 35 has told us, that is.
Well, if the names are anything to go by, it's possible the Helganquil could be behind the fruits of Helgen too.
I really like
But if Heverick 35 was telling the
ReZero's
truth,
dub is really
and this was
good.
all just one massive lie,
Especially
does
because
that
like
mean everything we've done
especially
up
because like
until now
the
has been
voice actor for
pointless?
Subaru will actually
No, I don't think so.
do fan
At
comics.
least I hope not.
If you like reach out to him,
I
he's
think
done
it
that
just
for a
means
few
we've
times.
lost our foothold for now. That's all.
And it's just like you can tell
Really?
like the cast
Well then,
love
If we've
doing
lost
that
it,
show.
I guess we'll just have to find another. All of us together. And if we can't find one, then we'll make a new one. End of story.
Make one, huh?
The dub
I
of
see.
Elements and Shadow is really good.
Right then. Count me in.
Just because the one person is like full sends the character and like how they say certain words like bandit, it just like they just like emphasize like different letters and it just becomes very funny. Oh, there's like more people around. I don't know why this person needed to heal all of a sudden.
Oh, it's you two.
Oh, it's you too.
Does he seem like he's doing any better now?
He who? Oh, you mean Dohalim, don't you?
I know that we're all struggling to wrap our minds around it all, but he looked like he was taking it really hard earlier.
What do you think about everything we've learned? About the Renans and the Great Spirit and all that?
On some level, I'm not even really sure what to think, to be honest. I mean, the Great Spirit is like a huge natural disaster, but with a mind and will of its own. But if that thing's hellbent on trying to destroy our planet, then the only thing left for us to
What
do
is your
is
favorite
stop
dub,
it.
Patty?
As
Unless
for the
you're,
Renans,
unless you're a
I suppose
sub
my
only
feelings
person.
on that are a bit more mixed.
How so?
Coexistence between Danans and Renans in Menancia is still a work in progress. In my case, I think that's partly because deep down, I was still on guard around Renans. So, to be told that they're like us, that they're actually just like us is, well, I guess it's a little deflating, to be honest.
You kept a pretty level head.
You mean about the Renans? At the end of the day, the Helganquil and the Great Spirit are the ones who are responsible. But at the same time, I realize that not every Danan is necessarily going to believe that either.
I know you're already aware of this, but the list of grievances the Danans have against the Renans is long, and understandably so. And if people then find out that they're all actually one and the same, yeah, I don't think they're going to take to it too kindly.
Even just among the Danans, I'm sure there'll be some who emerge with power and some who won't.
You know, if I told myself an hour into this game,
get rid of that imbalance,
well, hour into the
then we'll
stream
be in
for
a
this game
truly
today,
good place.
I'd be like, oh yeah, you'd be
Well,
a good portion for
first we can
Rena.
try to figure
Rena,
out what to do
everything be
about the
going great.
existing
You're probably near
conflicts
the
we
end.
have.
I'd be like, awesome.
Yeah.
But you know,
It'd
be
be
an
nice if
hour
one day people
of
could
just
learn
more
to get past their
exposition
hatred
and
like Rinwell
lore
did.
of the world.
It's no small task. We can't
Part of me is
pretend
like,
the past didn't happen
of course,
and
you know,
ask
they're giving
people
us
to
that third
forget their
act,
very
you know,
real
lore
pain and
drop. But
suffering.
part of me is like, some of this they could have
Right.
done without in the story.
Everybody has their reasons for feeling the way that they do.
I
If we
think
just
Gurren
keep
Lagann's
yelling at
dub
each
is
other
really
about
good.
it,
I actually think it's
we'll
better
never
than the
move on.
sub because
In
of
a
that.
worst case scenario, it might lead to even more people getting killed.
And we all have to figure out how to meet halfway. Not just that, but to also embrace each other's pain in a sense.
That's an interesting way of putting it.
It's true. Everybody has their own scars, their own trauma. The first step to healing those wounds is to put aside that hatred. It won't be achieved through reasoning, but I think it's a good first step, if nothing else. And now, I think I see a way to move forward. But to do that, first we need to make sure our planet isn't going to get wiped out.
You both seem awfully calm.
You seem calm
Only
as well.
because after everything we've seen, we don't have the energy to keep being shocked.
How are you holding up, Rinwell? That whole talk about the Renans looked like it shook you up a bit.
Yeah. I get this sinking feeling whenever I remember how Danan mages like my family were persecuted and died out. And now, I finally know why that is. But I was thinking, if Renans end up living together with Danans again, then mages won't be such an unusual thing to see on Dana anymore, right? I know it's not as simple as all that, but
That's a
Danans
different way to look
probably
at
won't
it.
be so quick to let their guards down. And there might be Renans who still act superior because of their arts.
It wouldn't surprise me. 300 years of bad blood and prejudice isn't going to be an easy thing to overcome.
Yeah, I know firsthand just how much hatred can take hold in your heart once you let it in. But even so, I was still able to change. And if I can change, so can anyone else. So I was thinking maybe, I don't know, I could use my position as both a Danan and a mage to help bring both sides together.
You're so
Well,
great.
That great spirit worries me too, though. Dana's will feels so warm and inviting. So why is Rena's will trying to destroy our entire planet?
Now that you mention it, Everett 35 and the other scientists here never really brought that up. Maybe they don't know either.
Maybe. But regardless, at the end of the day, Dana's still our home. There's no way we can let it be destroyed.
We
Good.
won't.
Good
We'll
point,
keep it
yeah.
safe no matter what.
Oh yeah, and the other two are out this way. I like how Wall's looking at the computer screen
I
like he knows
still
what he's
can't
reading.
believe it, man.
You're not the only one still trying to make sense of all this. Believe me.
Really? You've never struck me as the type of guy to get hung up on these sorts of things.
Did you forget what happened back in Thistleum? Once my memories started coming back to me, I felt completely and totally lost.
It was really that bad for you?
Yeah, it was. But thanks to Law and everybody else, I remembered that I still had things out there worth fighting for.
Man, I think you might be a better guy than me, Alphen. All I can remember thinking was, when's this guy gonna get his act together?
Law.
I was too worried about repeating the same mistakes I'd made back with my dad, and running away from the truth. That was no way to live. And I've tried to stay strong, my way. But all this talk about other races and the world ending, if I can be honest with you guys, it's just all too much for me to handle right now.
I know this is going to sound strange coming from me, but maybe the key is not to worry too much about the big stuff right now.
Oh?
I used to worry all the time about my thorns, for obvious reasons. But
Damn, I
never
wish I could
really
read. I
opened
mean,
up to
yeah.
anyone about
I
them.
mean, it's pretty obvious
And when
that
I
Law
realized my
is
visions
like
pointed to a threat that was
not
bigger
the
than
brightest one of the
I
group.
didn't know what I should do.
Which is funny because
or
he
who
worked
to
with like
tell.
secret police, so
But that's when I finally
he's
got
good
it.
at fighting things.
You
He's
guys
not
were
good
all
at
there for
thinking
me,
things.
to teach me what's really important. I just had to open up.
It's
and
like one of those,
listen.
you know, ever see those
In
memes
other
where it's like
words,
when you fight a
if you let
boss
the
and then when
big
you unlock
picture
them as a
stuff get
playable
you all
character,
muddled up
they get like a
inside,
huge nerve.
you'll
It felt
begin
like
to
that for
lose sight of
Law.
what you really care about. Yeah, I think you're right.
The thing that's most important, what I really care about. All I want to do is protect the people that really matter to me, to fight for them. That's good enough, right?
Not
Right.
everyone is strong enough to fight.
Huh?
It's something your dad told me once when he was still alive.
God, I missed
Law,
you
know
Sepper.
you're strong enough
He
to
was
fight.
so great. He was my
and you're
favorite
strong
character
enough
in the
to
early
protect
game.
the people you care about. Forget all the big stuff going on. Just don't lose sight of what you want to protect in the first place. Sound good?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it does. It's like a big weight's been lifted off my shoulders. I'll fight to protect the people around me. Just like I always have. I think that's best.
Okay, they haven't joined back in the party.
I apologize for making you witness that.
You mean hearing the origins of the Renans?
Indeed. It's shocking to have so many things I thought to be indelible fade away in mere seconds.
Even I'm still not sure everything we've heard here is actually true.
Let's not delude ourselves. If what we've heard is a lie, it's a rather elaborate one. I can only imagine that you must have been constantly feeling like this, ever since your memory returned, Alphen. And you as well, Shion. About your thorns, and being a maiden.
That's just part of being alive, don't you think?
Well, to say the least. But enough about me. I'm not concerned for myself. What concerns me is all of the other Renans out there.
When you say the other Renans, you mean the ones that are living on Lenegis or Dana, right?
Correct. Even if we stop the Great Spirit from annihilating Dana, our problems will still remain. Putting aside the untold state that Rena may be in, if we do not truly belong there, we will have to think long
I wonder
and
how
hard
the
about
game
where
is
it
going
is
to
that
end.
we
Like
wish
once
to
we beat
return
the
to.
final boss, like are we gonna get like a
So,
scene where
I
we
guess
all
your
go our
only
separate
real
ways?
choices
Is
at this
something else
point
gonna
are either stay
happen?
on Lenegis or come down to Dana, huh? And right now, Lenegis might not even be a safe option.
And at the same time, Danans are hardly likely to embrace Renans with open arms. If the issue is forced, things could turn dire. There is, after all, 3 centuries worth of hatred to overcome between us. And the victims of our rule have absolutely every right to feel animosity towards us Renans. Our own circumstances as the aggressors are irrelevant.
I didn't expect the former Lord of Menancia to be so down about people reconciling.
Menancia's fate was a stroke of good luck. There had been backlash over how it had been ruled, and I was blessed to have sympathizers among my ranks. Still, even now, there remain ardent dissidents.
But things can still change if you have the right people to help lead the way. Isn't that what you hope to achieve on Lenegis, after this is all over?
Indeed. I have fully accepted the burden of that responsibility. In that regard, I remain determined. On that note, I have something of a favor to ask of you, Alphen.
Oh? What is it?
I wish for you to serve as a mediator, so that the Renans can live on Dana peaceably. As the one and only Blazing Sword, I suspect the Danans may listen to what you have to say when problems arise.
And I take it that you'll be the one to represent the Renans?
Yes. I realize that I'm asking quite a lot of you. However, the fact of the matter is that it will take time for Renans to re-enter Danan society without any bloodshed. That is why...
You're the same as ever, Dohalim.
Is it too much?
No, relax. You get so tense and formal when you're asking for a favor. Listen, there's no need for that. We're friends.
You're too kind. I can see you were raised well.
That's some high praise, Alphen.
Then I'll ask once again, this time just as friends. Alphen, will you help me?
You don't even need to ask. Of course I will.
Thank you, my friend.
Well, it sounds like everyone's learning from their past and using it to create a better future for everyone.
What about you, Shion? How do you feel about the origin of the Renans?
To be honest, I'm not really all that shocked, actually. I mean, I might be a Renan in the literal sense, but I've never really felt like one of them. Right now, it's kind of a mystery.
How do you mean?
Because for a really, really long time, all I ever thought about was how I was going to die. Not if or when, but how. I thought I'd die alone. That fate had me in its steely grip. I would have never imagined that I'd be traveling with someone like you, fighting to save Rena and Dana. I mean, how could I have? It's been going on for 300 years. All this tragedy and destruction. When you consider the Helganquil's part in all this, it's been even longer than that. It was Naori's hope that somehow, someone in the future would be able to stop it, before it was too late. How it fell on us, of all people, to heed that call, is a mystery.
I don't think Naori was hoping that we would just stop the world from getting destroyed. She considered me, a Danan, as a real person. And she very much cherished her own people, too. I don't think she wanted the world to be saved, just so they could go back to hurting each other. Oh, maybe this is what she meant.
Huh?
When we were talking to Kisara earlier, about all that stuff like everyone's needing to meet halfway and embrace each other's pain and suffering. She said that the first step down that path was for each of us to put aside our own hatred. That means forgiving other people, even and especially before they forgive you.
Forgiving. So it goes both ways, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I don't just mean forgiving things that happened in the past either. Conflicts will keep happening. If we have any hope of moving on and building a better future, we have to all learn to forgive each other.
You know, you're right. People can hurt one another without even meaning to. I know that better than most, thanks to these thorns.
It's not going to be easy getting past this pain. But if we can do it, I'm sure there'll come a time when we can all truly understand each other. I'm there with you, Shion. I too want to protect the world we live in, and all the people we care about. I think that's the very least I can do to repay Naori for everything that she did.
Yeah. I want a future that she would feel proud to live in, and I'm going to fight for it.
Whoa there, Savior Girl. We're here to save you too, you know.
Oh, whoa
Yes, I
there,
know.
Savior Girl.
Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. I want to live, and that's the honest truth.
They are so in love with each other and they don't even know it. Okay.
Well, is everybody ready to do what needs to be done?
I
Are we
am.
actually gonna land
There's a
on
lot
Rena
to
now?
think about, but at the end of the day, Dana's still in danger. I don't care who we're up against. We'll kick their ass.
What are your thoughts, Alphen? I want to know what's on your mind.
It feels
too.
like everyone's in agreement that we're gonna go do this.
Like Law said, if we have to fight the Great Spirit on Rena, then so be it. It's trying to rob us of our entire world. And it's going to take not just our home, but all of existence along with it. That alone is enough to make it our enemy. But it's not only that. One way or another, I think beating the Great Spirit is going to be tied to us saving Xion.
You're saying there's a chance?
You're referring to the vision of destruction we all saw in Lenegis, I take it?
Yeah. 3 centuries ago, the astral energy that appeared at the spirit channeling ceremony showed Naori that vision. And to hear Xion tell it, it's the same one that she sees from her own thorns as well.
Indeed. Xion's thorns are comprised of dark astral energy, the one type which we know is native only to Rena. And if Rena's great spirit is what's behind Dana's pending destruction, then...
Xion's thorns are the Great Spirit? It's not actually on Rena like we thought?
We don't know anything for certain. At the very least, though, I think it's possible her thorns are a part of the Great Spirit.
While the main body resides in Rena.
Xion.
If these thorns really are a part of Rena's great spirit, I'm going to go over there and give it a piece of my mind and then some.
The question is, how do we confront it? Suffice it to say, that flower growing out of Rena is enormous, large enough to house the will of an entire planet. The Wedge and Lenegis were both hard enough for us to overcome in their own right. This is an altogether greater challenge for merely 6.
And we only know about the Thorns connection thanks to Naori.
Hevric 35 has been observing the Great Astral Spirit this whole time. It wouldn't ask us to fight it unless it has a plan of some sort. Let's go see what that is. Our minds are made up.
So if the Sovereign and Maiden were originally boot-up programs for Lenegis, what about now?
Even with the Forbidden Zone in ruins and the Renis Alma stolen, Lenegis is functioning fine. If it needed us before, it doesn't appear to now.
First they lumber you with a position you never asked for, then you're discarded like you're nothing? Who the hell do they think they are?
More importantly, who do they think we are? We might not even factor into their list of concerns.
I just hope everyone on Lenegis is safe.
Worst comes to worst, Lenegis is equipped with a large number of starships that people can escape in. As long as the whole satellite doesn't suddenly explode or something, they should be fine.
Wait, explode?
In any case, if we're truly going to make a difference, it's on Rena we're needed, not Lenegis. The people there will be fine, I'm sure of it.
Right.
Do you have your answer for me?
We want to ask something first. You're asking us to fight an entire planet. How exactly do you expect us to do that? You must have something up your sleeve, or else you wouldn't put us up to it.
The great astral spirit is an immense being, but its actual will does not run throughout its entire body. Rather, its will is derived from the core, which supports the rest of the body, and is where its strength is most densely concentrated. Therefore, if you destroy the core, the Great Spirit shall become unable to maintain sentience, and return to being ordinary astral energy.
And how are we supposed to destroy that core?
By using the Renus Alma. You will also need the assistance of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. They are our best tools for suppressing and controlling astral energy. Using their powers, the Maiden shall seal the great astral spirit within her body, and the Sovereign shall wield the power of the Renus Alma to destroy it.
Hold on. That sounds a lot like what Shion described before.
Yeah, killing herself to take out the thorns with her.
She was actually right all along.
By my calculations, your powers combined should be sufficient to destroy the great astral spirit, and disperse its energy widely enough to make it difficult to reform.
What will happen to the Maiden once we manage to beat the great astral spirit?
Any matter contained within the field of destruction shall be erased.
So it really will kill me.
This method is the most simple one available to destroy the Great Spirit, and is therefore our most reliable option.
What are our other options?
There is little reason to consider alternative courses of action when the most optimal among them is so clear.
You don't get it. I promised Shion that she wouldn't die, that we'd save the world without needing to sacrifice her. We didn't fight this whole time just to give up on her at the very end. If there's any other way to take out the Great Spirit, I want to hear it.
This plan shall lead to the fewest losses in preserving your world. Abandoning it is irrational. It is vital that you proceed with this plan. A part of Rena's great astral spirit already resides within her. 300 years ago, the Great Spirit descended upon Lenegis in an attempt to assume direct control of the spirit channeling ceremony. We have reason to believe the Great Spirit left part of itself behind, and that it now resides in the Maiden.
Which would make Alphen's earlier hypothesis correct.
That part inside the Maiden belongs to the core, and can be used by the great astral spirit to revive itself. So long as it remains, it will be all but impossible to fully eradicate the Great Spirit. That is why it is necessary for it to be vanquished only once it is whole. Without the Maiden's direct control over the Great Spirit, attacking it is futile, and will only serve to strengthen it.
No.
Wait. Naori said that the Renus Alma can suppress the self-realization of astral energy, and that the thorns could be neutralized by placing them in it. If so, can't the same also be done to the Great Spirit, seeing as the thorns are simply part of it?
Well, can it?
It is true that the Renus Alma is capable of what you suggest, and could contain the great astral spirit.
Yes!
However, doing so requires fine control on the level of the spirit channeling ceremony, considering that the Renus Alma was previously lost when that ceremony failed. I cannot allow it. Its uncertainty is simply too great.
What does that mean for us if you won't allow it?
Your starship will not be restored, and you will all be unable to leave here.
Why you?
Fine then. I'd rather stay here and rot than do it your way.
Alphen?
Whatever we do, if we mess up, Dana's screwed. The Great Spirit will destroy it. If you're fine letting that happen, and we have nothing to gain either way, then I'd rather do nothing. We want to stop Dana from getting destroyed. We want to save it. But not if it means having to sacrifice one of us in the process. If all you're gonna do is sit back and watch us where it's safe, then quit ordering us around and shut up!
Alphen.
What you say is irrational. Be that as it may, I shall accede to your demand.
I like how just
You
suddenly
agree?
how quick this guy just
I am an observer.
backed down.
The Sovereign, Maiden, and Renis Alma are my species' greatest achievement. I wish to see how well they work against the Great Spirit in light of our demise by its hands.
But what are we supposed to do about the Renis Alma? One of your buddies ran off with it back on Lenegis.
It is likely that the Renis Alma is with the Great Spirit, functioning as a catalyst for it to receive Dana's astral energy.
So our only option to retrieve it is to head straight for the Great Spirit and take it back?
According to my observations, the astral energy is most densely concentrated in the center of Rena, where the Great Spirit's core is located.
We're about to get to hour and a half in this game.
So
and not
right in
touch
the middle
Rena
of
yet.
that giant flower, then.
I have one more question. You've said that Rena's great astral spirit is already integrated with the planet. What will happen to Rena once it vanishes?
Without the will of the Great Spirit, Rena is predicted to collapse. Even in such a scenario, the energy will disperse, and the Great Spirit will likely not reform.
So you're saying that even if we manage to beat the Great Spirit without destroying it, we'll still be in danger?
Likely, the collapse will occur in stages. It is recommended that you all escape before the final stage.
Man, I wish that thing would tell it to us straight for once.
Havrek 35 and the others have gotten used to hypothesizing from afar, is all.
Okay. Are we finally able to go
Fix our starship. We're going to Rena.
Are we finally able to go to Rena now?
Excellent.
But I want to make one thing clear. We're doing this for ourselves, to protect what matters to us. We're not doing it for your sake, or because you told us to. Remember that.
It matters little to me. The end result shall be the same. Repair work on your starship has commenced. You'll have to wait until it's finished.
Man, is it too much to ask for
We got
Heaven
achievement
35
out of
to
it.
talk like a normal person? I swear I can feel my brain starting to fry after listening to all that complicated stuff.
Don't worry. I think we're mostly done with him. Now all we have to do is rest up and wait. Is the Renis Alma really our only hope against the Great Spirit? There has to be another way, right?
Shion's Fire Master Core was able to suppress astral energy to prevent it from gaining sentience, right? Couldn't we make use of that somehow?
I'm not sure. In small doses, maybe. And with the amount of energy we're talking about here.
Back in Calaglia, the Blazing Sword was able to take in a whole spirit vessel's worth of energy. If it has the capacity to manage that, it can do this, right?
Except after it absorbed the energy, it ended up releasing it all moments later, remember? Let's not forget, it nearly killed you. Besides, this is the Great Spirit we're talking about, not a paltry vessel. Even if I could use the Master Core, your body wouldn't be able to take the strain of channeling that much energy.
Hevrek 35 didn't mention it, and it did not seem the type to skimp on details. So assuming it's even possible, the chances are slim to none.
You're probably right.
Are you just getting like a time skip? Oh no. It'll take some time to clear prayer stars, so you'll get some rest in Interium. Rest. Okay. Easy. Okay. We got a full rest in. Can we like get back to pieces of the game? Because my controller's been pretty much in my lap for like the last 45 minutes.
You still thinking about what the scientists told us?
Just more talk.
About where Renans really come from?
I am, but not for myself.
You're worried about the future of the Renan people.
The fact that our people have been the same this whole time will only give the Danans further reason to resent us.
But you still intend to confront this truth head-on, don't you?
Well, I did declare that I would live my life for the living, and not the dead. Even as I dream of retirement, I shall remain dedicated to the cause.
I'm sure you'll do great.
Now that I think about it, I don't believe I've ever heard you criticize or reproach us Renans even once.
I'm no saint. I have skeletons in my closet too. There was definitely a time when I hated Renans for who they were. I hated them just for being Renan. But you changed that, Dohalim. You gave me an opportunity to see them in a different light. Thanks to your reforms, we were able to stand next to Renans not as slaves, but as equals for the first time in our lives. Of course, I'm sure there were some Renans who still hated us on the inside. But we knew that not all of you were like that. There were those of you who were good, and that was a start. When it comes down to it, Renans are just people. They can be good or bad, just like Danans.
That is, in essence, the heart of your approach, isn't it? That we're all people.
Yeah, it is. When you can pull someone aside and talk to them one-on-one, then you have the chance to come to an understanding. But as soon as you stereotype, that chance goes away, and you stop thinking of them as people that you can relate to.
I understand what you're saying, but we're talking about massive numbers of Renans and Danans alike. Realistically speaking, surely they won't all be able to get along.
Even if we end up butting heads with one person, maybe we'll find better luck among their friends. If we can build a society that works like that, that'll be something worth nurturing and protecting.
So you wish for people to form real bonds and do away with the hierarchy outright? To deal with one another as humans, and nothing more? That's the ideal future you hope to see when this is all over?
Yes, I do. I think it would make for a fine tribute to my brother's legacy. Though, that said, I would be doing it for the people of the future first and foremost. Do you still plan to return to Lenegis when this is over?
Indeed I do. I don't know whether I'll be able to reside in Lenegis proper, however. My first order of business may be to find somewhere to live.
You'll always have a home in Menancia, you know.
As I shall ever keep in mind.
That's pretty much her
if you
saying
ever need
that,
a helping
hey, come
hand,
live with
don't
me.
hesitate to come get me. I'll always be there for you, Doe.
There's literally like
Did you
3
just...
different couples
Never mind.
here that don't realize they're in
Thank
love
you,
with each
Kisara.
other.
I appreciate your patience as I work all this out.
Don't even mention it. And really, when you think about it, now that we know the two of us aren't so different after all, don't you think that brings down a barrier that used to be between us?
Wait, are these two gonna be the ones that kiss?
You know,
Hold on.
I hadn't actually thought of it that way before. But I do like the sound of it.
Yeah, I think I do too.
I guess not. I guess not.
Hey, why'd you call me here? Was there something you wanted to talk about?
I swear to God, if there's like semi-confessions with each
if
of these
everything we've
pairs,
heard about the Great Spirit is true,
I'm gonna bang my head
then we're
against the
getting
wall.
close to our final battle. So I wanted to apologize while I can.
Apologize? For what?
I was being real stupid before. About whether Dana's will had been controlling us and all that.
Okay, apology. Makes sense.
I get why you're angry now. Anybody would be if something they trusted was being questioned.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm sorry, Rinwell. Really. I should have kept my mouth shut.
No, Law. Honestly, I think you might have been onto something. Of course you were worried. Who wouldn't be if they found out there might be some invisible force pulling our strings this whole time?
Yeah, that part's still so fucking wild.
But you really trust Dana's will, don't you? Is it because you can sense it a lot more than the rest of us? Because you can understand it?
Yeah, I think that might be part of it. But I think I also want to believe it's good.
Believe?
Remember how I used to really resent coming from a family of mages?
Yeah, of course. Because you were always on the run and had to live in hiding.
When we rescued Zephyr and I finally decided to come along with you all, something changed inside me. It was the first time I felt like my powers had any meaning, even if that meaning was only helping you guys fight. Then, when I felt Dana's will, I was overwhelmed by how vast and warm it was. It made me want to believe my powers were made to connect with it. It made me believe I had a bigger purpose.
So that's why you hope it doesn't turn out to be bad. You almost need it to be kind.
Yeah.
Well, alright. Then I promise I'll lay off bad-mouthing it.
You will?
There's no way for me to know for sure one way or the other, right? But you trust it, Rinwell, and that's enough for me. So I'll trust it because you do.
Remember what I said about neither planet's great spirit reaching us here?
Yeah?
That's not quite true. I can feel just a little bit of Rena's inside you and everyone else.
You... what?
I sensed it when we first got here. It's a really small amount, so it doesn't feel like it has a will of its own. But I think that's how Dana's energy probably is too.
So you're saying there's a little bit of Dana's will inside each of us? In a way, doesn't that mean we're all Dana's will?
I guess that means
What?
it.
Well, like you said, unless Dana's energy comes together, it has no will. So if we all have a little bit of Dana's astral energy inside us...
Yeah, maybe...
Everett 35 might know the answer. But, you know what? I don't need to ask it. My will is my own. I fight for who I want to fight for. That's who I am now. Who I've become. So thanks, Rinwell, for sharing that with me.
Okay. So we're gonna get probably one more conversation with Alphen and Shion, and then we can finally probably leave.
To be honest, the only reason I was suspicious of Dana's will, well, I mean, it mostly was... I feel like you and I had grown apart lately, and I was worried it was because...
Huh?
Never mind. Nothing. Just forget about it.
This fucking game.
No, what were you saying?
Saying? I don't remember
Come
saying
on.
anything.
Now you won't tell me what you were
No,
thinking?
that's not what I'm saying.
Then spit it out already.
I'm getting mad.
You sure you don't want to get some rest?
I'm getting...
I can't. I've got too much on my mind.
You literally have a
Especially
conversation with
knowing how close our last
between
battle is.
Dolim and Kisara, like, oh, we're not that so much different after all.
How are
And
you
they're like,
doing,
oh, hey,
Shion?
there's always a place for you back here in Menacea. Like,
Same as you.
pretty much
Still
fucking getting
trying
ready to
to
confess to
absorb
each other.
everything.
Rimwell and Law, pretty much getting ready to confess to each other. I swear to God, if we go 3 for 3,
Remember when it was so
practically
simple? We're only
like,
fighting all the lords on Dana?
confessions and nothing
All of
comes
that
out of
feels
it.
like a lifetime ago, doesn't it?
I'm gonna be annoyed.
Ages and ages ago. Everything that's happened since we first met. So many fights, so much chaos, so many wonderful people.
If I hadn't run into you that day, well, I wouldn't have met all of you. I never would have held the blazing sword or looked for something more. I wouldn't have my memories back. I'd still be a faceless slave, like as not long dead.
Hey, Alphen. I want you to promise me something.
Yeah?
If we can't find the Renis Alma, there's something I want you to do. Like Hevrecht 35 said, the only way we can end the Great Spirit for good is to go after both the main body in Rena and the thorns in me. I need you to promise me, Alphen, that if for some reason we can't get the Renis Alma back, you'll use the Blazing Sword to destroy the Great Spirit, and me along with it.
Huh?
It's true the Blazing Sword may not have the strength of the Renis Alma, but it's taken us this far. It's slain lords and beasts. At the very least, it has to be worth a try.
You can't be serious. Have you forgotten everything that
Listen,
we've...
the Great Spirit isn't just our problem. It's a threat to our entire world. Renans and Dahnans alike. We don't know what's going to happen when we face it, but we need to be prepared for anything. We can't second-guess ourselves when the time comes. I promise you, I'm not planning on going anywhere. I'm prepared to fight with absolutely everything I've got. But if it comes down to it, I need you to be prepared too.
Okay. But you should know that I'm not going to give up on you, Shion. I'm going to fight this until the very end. I hope you can forgive me for that.
Alphen. Okay, I understand. And I'll forgive you.
Thank you, Shion.
So it's a promise then?
Yeah, it's a promise.
I remember how I felt the first time you touched me. My thorns made any contact a mistake no one would ever make twice. After they'd seen what could happen, fear would always linger behind their eyes. In my entire life, I never had someone willingly reach out to me. But when you reached out to me and gently took my hand, you didn't react at all. It was so easy for you. I don't have words for the shock I felt in that moment.
That's because I couldn't feel pain back then.
Even once you could, though, you still chose to keep reaching out to me. And when you did, I felt this warmth that I had never known before.
Oh, I thought they were gonna.
But still, I hate having to see you
I
suffer
thought she was
through
about
it
to
every
pull his
time you
face
do.
close.
You don't have to worry about that for much longer.
You think so?
I do, because Shion,
No. You can tell me once my thorns are gone. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. Everybody get enough rest? We ready for this?
Yeah, we should probably get moving.
Agreed. Can't stand around
No,
waiting all day.
maybe there is a good thing
Our
out of
task
this.
is
'Cause
relatively straightforward.
I'm supposed to
We
get like
need
6
only
inches of
descend down
snow
to Rena,
tonight. I'll
defeat
be
the Great
shoveling in the
Spirit,
morning
and restore
with
stability to both
annoyed
worlds.
energy,
We're
like
fighting
they
for a new
didn't
future for
fucking
both
guess.
Dana and
They
Rena.
didn't talk it out properly.
Right.
They're gonna wait till
We've
the
come
thorns
this
are done
far.
and just like
We
use
will
and
save our
channel
worlds.
that energy
That's a promise.
into the into the shoveling the snow.
Then let's go, everybody. We've got one last wall to tear down.
Repairs on your starship are complete. Everything is in working order.
At least we'll get to go to.
Is that you, Hevrecht 35? You can see us from where you are?
At least we can go.
I can see anywhere within the bounds of Dake Phasing.
Anywhere.
Sounds like someone's a peeping Tom.
Maybe we should give Hevric 35 a break. It has been stuck in this tiny facility for a very, very long time.
I have unlocked all functions on your starship. You can now make use of its warp drive.
Warp drive? Wait, you mean like what the Red Women used on us? What brought us here?
Okay, we're
It's
getting a
possible
warp
that the
drive.
Red Women may
Okay.
have found a way to activate it on the starship. They are Helganquil, after all.
Using the warp drive, you should be able to breach Rena's atmosphere without being detected.
Wait.
So we're actually gonna finally go
Should?
to the planet.
You'll need to be careful.
No,
Due to
no.
the force field surrounding Rena,
Alpha was
the
about to
ship will be
confess,
unable to
and
go
then
any
she
further
held
than the
out of her
surface of the
fingers like,
planet.
no, wait. Tell me when
So,
you can
once
tell me
we
when the
reach the
thorns
shell,
are gone.
It appears we'll have to infiltrate the core by foot. Understood.
We gotta go all the way down just walking?
Will all the Helganquil go back to normal once we defeat the Great Spirit? I have a strange feeling we're going to have to fight them before this is all over.
The extinction of my people is inevitable at this stage. As such, it would be illogical to risk the success of
planet
the
is
mission
really
in a
fun,
vain
right?
attempt to save my kind.
We understand.
Can't that thing lighten up a bit? Everything it says seems to be about what's illogical.
Well, come on, Doe.
Hold up, did you just...
You heard the lady. Get going.
I have one last question.
I did like how Rimwo was like yanking on his arm, but somehow pushing him forward.
As Sovereign, your identification number indicates that you are well past your predicted life expectancy.
Oh.
Similarly, the Maiden lacks any identification number, as her function should have been rendered unnecessary.
Oh.
Despite this, the two of you continue to exist. Why?
Say something
It's
cool
because
here.
others have entrusted this to us. Over the years, many people have come together and sworn to see this through to the end.
You mean it is because of multiple chance interactions? The likelihood of such events is statistically improbable. Why have you two continued to persist under these conditions?
It's hard to explain. To be honest, I don't think it's something an observer could understand.
I just wish, like, Alpha would just use, like, drop the F-bomb here, just be like, cause we're fucking amazing.
All right, time to get back on the Fall Knights.
Alright. We can finally go to Rena, I think. They said take off for Rena, so we'll see if we'll actually land on Rena, or we'll have, like, a half-hour conversation on the spaceship.
It would appear that our Helganquil host really has fulfilled its end of the bargain.
You know what that means. Time to go to Rena.
I guess this means we should give that warp drive a spin.
There's nothing here. This weird ocean we're surrounded by just stretches out everywhere. Is this really where the Helganquil come from?
Alright,
I don't
we're
sense
making
even a
bets.
trace
How
of astral
big
energy.
of a dungeon are we thinking?
This world is dead.
Then this must be the Hollowing.
You mean to tell me this whole world, the entire ocean is that stuff?
And it's covering everything. The entire planet.
This is what the Great Spirit does. After it depleted this planet of every last speck of astral energy, it went after Dana.
Yeah, probably a bunch of
So
repetitive
arresting.
fights.
This world of doom.
I'm so ready.
Back in its day, Rena was probably just as vibrant as Dana is. But after being robbed of its astral energy for so long, those days are gone and past. This is all that will remain.
So the Great Spirit took everything. It stole energy not just from living beings, but the land, the sea, everything.
And it bound the Helganquil in servitude until their whole world was nothing but this. And by the looks of it, that's how it remains to this day. A world of death and emptiness.
With nothing left here to consume, the Great Spirit turned its sights on Dana, looking for another host.
You're saying if we don't stop it, this is what Dana's going to look like?
We can be sure that even these few remaining remnants of Renan life will not be spared in the end.
If the oblivion and darkness both Shion and Naori saw comes to pass, nothing will survive. It looks like we can climb down from there. Let's take a look.
The last dungeon. Here we go.
So this is Rena. This is where everything began. Yet it's a dead world?
I won't let Dana suffer the same fate. Ever.
We can actually teleport back around. I'm definitely gonna save here just in case we get to a part where we can't, like, teleport around.
A hollowed ocean as far as the eye can see. What do you think would happen if we fell in?
Dead?
What do you mean, what would happen? You'd drown, wouldn't you?
Come to think of it, I don't believe I've heard of someone ever trying. Perhaps you'd like the glory of being the first?
Nah, I'll pass.
This is essentially a world-sized Renan graveyard. Are you proposing to disturb the dead slumber just to satisfy your curiosity?
I like how they're just
alone?
all dogpiling.
No, because I said I passed.
Taking an interest is understandable, but let's not forget where we are. This place deserves our respect.
Looks like we're not going to be hearing the end of this one for a while.
You'd think I was already snorkeling in it or something. So the idea is to seal the Great Spirit inside the Renaissance using the Sovereign and Maiden's power.
More
Just how do we do
doggies.
that exactly?
Yeah,
guessing
like,
it won't
I
be
just
as
like how there's
easy
like
as
certain
holding a
things I was like,
spirit
wow, I
channel
wonder what would
ceremony
happen. And
at our
everyone's like,
leisure.
wow, how dare
I
you
already have
think?
wielded astral energy once 3 centuries ago. As for suppressing her thorns, Shion's had a lifetime's experience. The problem isn't just our enemy's strength, it's that it's sentient too. And you can bet anything you like it's not going to just sit back and let us destroy it.
In other words, we need to find some way to weaken it in advance. The Great Spirit, that is.
Back when Shion's thorns flew out of control, we were able to deal with them directly. If this is their host, they should be even more corporeal here.
If that's the case, it should make them easier to attack.
There was a
at least.
moment like that in
And if we can manage to
in the
divert
Sunday
enough
campaign
energy
where I was
away
like,
from
you
the
know
spirit's
what?
core, even
Okay.
temporarily,
Because it
We
was
might
the
just
it was
be
the
able to
thing where
weaken
it was like
enough to
Dez
steal the Renaissance,
had
which we can
Cam
then use
when they
to
were
seal
like
it away forever.
as a child, like
It
holding
won't
him
be
out,
easy,
like
but it's our
shaking him
only
about,
shot.
and like
Time to
Renai was looking at it,
buckle
like, you know what? I think I'm gonna call the city guard here, and like, it was like views like oh fuck off, Renai, and Renai's like, you know what? I'll take your words to heart. I'll go fuck off over here. Let you go handle that then.
Question for you. Let's say, knock on wood, everything turns out for the best.
What'll the world be like? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of this, do you really think everything will be that different?
A
We'll
lot
find
will
out.
have to change, that's for sure. The world will have to adjust to so much. My only worry is if those changes turn out
Oh
to be
yeah.
merely
So
skin deep.
the whole idea was that
What
like
do you mean?
Cam was a
It's well and
child
good putting
and
an
like
end to Ren and
mind
Wood.
messing with
But if it
Dez.
just turns the
And
tables,
Dez like I'm
it's all
like
for
shaking him
naught.
out. I was like, I know you're a
That's
changeling
true.
because like the
Just
Cam
as bad
said
as
as
the
much.
Danon
She's like
started pressing their own.
admitted it. So like took him outside to like, why are you following me? How do you know I'm a changeling? And so like the rest of us
The world
walked
is full
up
of
on it,
labels used to
and
divide and separate people.
Vernai is like, "Why are you shaking a
only
kid
we
around?"
could
They're
see
like,
differences like
they're
that
actually
for what they
changing.
are.
And he's like,
No
"Uh-huh,
different to
I'm gonna go
someone
call the
having a
city
musical
watch." And
talent
Vivi
or
was like,
being
"Oh,
good
go
with their
fuck off." And
hands.
I'm like, "You know what? Sure." And then R's like, "Wait a second,
Not differences.
can
so
I go
much as
too? Can I just not
characteristics.
deal with this situation
It will
as
take
well?"
someone in power to set an example.
So the
But
two
with
went to go
time,
play chess
people will follow.
outside while the
And
two
then,
dealt with
perhaps
Cam.
one day,
There will no longer be any need for the example. It will have become second nature.
That's where we come in. We can set the example.
It was so
Imagine
great.
it. A world where magic and astral arts are used to help people. Where that's the norm rather than the exception.
Yeah, you're right, Rinwell. Why wait for somebody else? We can show them ourselves.
Yeah, so many people must die that session. Wait, is there just a bunch of teleporters? Oh. Oh yeah, this is gonna be Gargantuan dungeon. I already know it.
Looks like we've warped into that pit of astral energy.
Retirement plans. I want to know this skit.
I wonder what Helganquil civilization was like at its zenith.
I can imagine that'd be something you'd take an interest in.
There's no question it must have been advanced, like none either world has ever seen.
Maybe.
We
I
could
don't
surely
think we
stand to
did
learn a
because
thing
it
or
probably
two
had
from such a
reasons to
people.
like non-magical
I get that you're
weapons,
itching to delve
and
into
Lavas
its
didn't
history,
have magical
but
weapons
we've
yet
got
at that
bigger
time.
fish to fry right now.
Because like Dez's
Put a pin in
crossbow
it,
wasn't
and
magical.
you can do all the research you want when you
Um,
retire.
I can think of worse things than a retirement dedicated to research. As for whether Rena is amenable to an aging specimen,
So it was probably taking like
It's a
half
little
damage from
early
like
to be giving
Dez
it
at
serious
least.
thought just yet.
a man can dream, though.
Oh, it
Man
doesn't?
can dream.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we didn't say there's anything wrong with dreaming.
In your case, Dohalim, dreams have a habit of spiraling into something else.
You'll need to stay with us for now.
I'm also
though.
learning that I'm
We're
becoming
too
more
helpful to
comfortable
let
using
retire.
Vernai as
Why do
combat.
I feel
Because
this
like
is
I'm
less
like,
of a
wait a second,
compliment
I have a
and more of an
decent enough
ultimatum?
AC. I'm pretty
Just a
tanky
friendly
now. I
suggestion.
could stand in the front lines and still shoot a bunch of Eldritch blasts. Like I got this.
Hey, I just realized something.
Is this about dinner last night? I didn't realize those ingredients were off.
What? No, I mean, wait, you fed us rotten food?
Rinwell, the point.
Remote the point.
Oh, yeah, right. So I was thinking about those armored soldiers we've seen. There are regular Renans inside
My
them,
new
right?
favorite thing is gonna be that
Yeah, they're designed to make whoever's wearing them stronger.
the sending with his
At
book.
least,
It's
I
just
think that's the idea.
I'm gonna get so
Right.
much usage
So
out
it
of
kind of
that.
begs the question then, why are they made so huge?
I don't know, makes them more intimidating, I guess.
It made me
Or
feel
maybe
more
all that
rogue
tech
than
wizardry inside
actual
takes up
rogue.
a lot of space.
You don't think it's weird how the armored soldiers are the exact same height as the Helganquil?
Can't say I'd ever noticed it till now. And?
True, rogue.
Connect the dots, Law!
Okay, let me get this straight. You think the armored suits might have originally
I
been
did
designed
have
to
this
allow Renans to
conversation
work
with actually
alongside
with
the Helganquil?
Huh. But if that's true,
with some
what
of my
would that
coworkers, because one of them is like really into
It would
D&D, have their own
mean
campaigns,
Just
and
that, I guess. But still,
it's
don't
gonna be
you
very
think it's
interesting
kind
if
of
we do end up
interesting?
adding one or two people into the
Nah,
party,
hugely.
and
Hey, Kisara, well,
what
I've
they
got
will
you.
think of us
What's
from
on
like
tonight's
first
menu? Because I was
interactions
thinking
without knowing our
maybe-
classes, because they might look at Van and like, oh, he's wearing like really good armor, like
What did I do?
he's
Oh,
he's a
now
fighter
you wanna
or a
listen.
battle master,
Keep
right?
hacking, Hoodle.
Ow, ow, ow!
Man, we're all
Seriously, what the hell?
just getting bullied over here.
You know, guys, when you think
Vivi
about it,
probably
we've taken out
we
a
either
lot
see it as a
of Zoodles,
cleric
like
or
a whole lot.
druid.
You can say that again.
Aaron will be
One thing's
obviously
for certain
seen
in
as
this
like a
world.
bard.
It's that wherever we
For
go,
Nai
we'll
might be the
always
one
end
that
up bumping
also
into
froze
Dan.
will be like frozen a
it
bit
weird
like
that they're
Dandelion. It's
still
like
so
you could look at him
powerful?
like, oh, that's a
You
blood
don't
hunter,
think the Renans
or
have,
like
a ranch
with
where
the
they breed and
heavy uses
view?
of invisibility
Certainly in all of
and
my
the
years, I've never heard
setting
of
for
them
his book,
constructing such a
they might
massive
be like, oh
facility
no,
on
he's
Dana,
actually a
let
rogue,
alone
just
up
with
in Lenegus.
some wizard
The only
spells.
thing I can think of then
Like
is
you
that
know,
the feral ones must be reproducing
it's gonna
on
be
their
very
own.
interesting if we do add
There's
someone
also
new to
no
the party,
organized effort
and
on
them
our
like
part to hunt them
unless
down.
we tell them, just
So
try and
it's
figure out
difficult
what
to
each
fully
of us are.
exterminate them.
Exterminate them? Whoa, don't you think that's maybe a little harsh?
What do you mean?
Zeugles originally used to be living creatures native to Dana and Rena, right? Being genetically modified isn't their fault.
You're right. Zeugles were only created because of us Renans. We altered the original creatures to suit our own ends.
First, people made Zeugles, and then we let them go. And now we're trying to kill them because they're a threat. They really have only seen the very worst, huh?
I hope we find a way to be able to live side by side with them one day.
It's a nice thought, but they attack towns and cities. What else are we supposed to do?
Aside from the strays that have gone wild, it's worth remembering that Renans are able to keep them somewhat under control.
If we had distinct territories that didn't overlap, that might reduce the danger they pose.
Well, I guess when you look at it that way, maybe people and Zeugles aren't so different after all.
I don't know why Perry read that. It made me just think Shion only knows how to do things: shoot, gun, lie, eat ship. Like that whole meme thing. Well, no, it would be like, I guess for her it'd be like Shion only knows how to shoot gun, shot people, eat ship.
Helganquil!
Guess they don't need their Red Woman disguises anymore.
Wait, can you understand us?
It's no use. We're not going to get through to them.
I hope
So they
they're
really
not.
are being controlled. In that case, we've got no choice.
I hope they're not as bad as they were. Because, like, they were actually tough fights.
I knew there
Oh,
was
there's
something
6
off
of
here.
them?
They're not pulling
Oh.
punches.
Can we? No, we can't have to be.
We have no choice but to beat them at their own game.
Oh, actually, they might be a bit weaker.
I'll smash you!
Because I guess they're not the boss fight version.
Like moths to the flame.
I need to dodge. Someone need to heal.
Their arms were interrupted. Flaming! I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare to Malisa!
Leave the enemy's arts to me.
No complaints here!
Here I come. Into the wind. Inferno! Handle this. More from the south side.
Make it rain!
Theon, astral energy, full throttle! Go! A flawless victory. Naturally.
Place on fire!
Do it! Theon, astral energy, full throttle!
This one's mine! Inferno crossing! Anything
Do it!
enormous!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Flame of fury! Radiant
Take this!
Make it rain!
Silverbeam!
Light burst forth!
Radiant genesis!
My turn!
Lightning! Here's a healing arc! And now! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Okay, there we go. That wasn't too bad.
Alphen,
I can't forgive them for what they've done, but I hate killing them. They don't even know why they're fighting. How does that even make them any different from the Danan slaves?
Perhaps. However, if we don't make a choice, the guilt of not doing anything will be that much worse.
Yeah, I know. I hate for it to be like this. But if it happens again, you won't find me hesitating to act.
But yeah,
I
I'm
wonder if we're going
definitely
to
gonna I'm definitely gonna be working Vernine into being more frontline, just to take pressure off the rest of ya.
I thought there'd be more dirt and rocks and stuff underneath the hollowed ocean, but it's all artificial.
I would imagine they're remnants left behind by the Helganquil, seeing as there's little actual land remaining.
Because worst case, you know,
It's incredible.
I shoot my Eldritch
Do you
Blast
think
with
it
the
stretches all
disadvantage
the
or shoot
way
a
down to
target
the center
that's
of the
not the one in
planet?
front of me.
Hey, these guys built Lenegus, remember? They probably did this in a weekend.
If they had the power to create things like this, did they really
Eventually,
only use those immense
I want to get the
capabilities
spell
to serve the
Compelled
Great
Duel,
Spirit?
and then
Or rather,
just
was that the
because
only
I'll probably have
use
such a
the Great
huge
Spirit
HP
let
difference
them
from the
use
rest
their
of you,
capabilities
is just use Compelled Duel and then force whatever the boss is
We haven't
or
seen
big
anyone
enemy
here
to focus
except
on me.
Helganquil.
Just I'll
Looks
free
like
up
this
stuff for you
place
guys.
Really is their home planet.
Which
The
is
true
funny.
citizens of Rena. What a shame that they have become nothing more than puppets to the Great
I mean, putting
Spirit.
haste on you would be
To
very
think of the
nasty.
promise their accomplishments once held. They had the potential to be great indeed.
Do you think we could have got along with them? You know, if we had met under different circumstances. Like
Like all of us, you mean? I suppose it's difficult to say for sure. We don't even know if they would see us as being on an equal level with them or not.
I think we may have had the chance once, before the Renan Great Spirit came along and changed everything.
You and Alphen both share an optimism. A
I
strong
see. I have mostly
willingness to
everything I want.
believe in
I
hope.
mean, greater invisibility would be great, but having just
Do you think
invisibility,
that's foolish?
On the contrary,
sending via the
I should
book,
like to take a leaf
counter
from your
spell.
book myself.
I have like mostly the
In
spells I
Tragedy's
need as
aftermath,
Vernai.
Hope is all we have.
Like, the only thing I would like to have, like I said, is like
Just look at the size of that thing.
what's it called?
Helganquil's technology.
Compelled
certainly
Duel,
is
because then like I
impressive.
could have like things just
They don't
focus on
seem to
me,
do things
which
by
would just free the
halves
rest of you
either.
guys up to do
In the
stuff.
past
Because like
300 years.
I'm gonna be the
even
hardest thing to
before
kill
that,
probably in the party for a
Just
while.
how many people, Renan or Danon, do you
Especially if I
think
have
have
our
ever
life
seen
card
this?
just pumping HP into
Regarding
me
the
or
past
temporary
3
hit points
centuries at
from
least,
Arin,
I'd say there's a
I
good
can
chance that
I
we're the
can
first.
just stall.
Also, while I get
Dude,
that it's
hey,
impressive and all, I'm just amazed
you know,
you're
I
still
thought
standing
about
around gawking
now,
at it at a time
like
like this. Sometimes I
having
wonder about
enough
your
things as
priorities.
Warlock and then
I can understand where he's
pumping
coming
some
from.
levels into
More to
like
the point, does everyone
Paladin.
know where it leads?
What do you mean where it leads? To the center of the planet, of course.
And that doesn't strike you as sounding just a little bit, I
that
don't know,
is
far? There has to be a quicker way to get there,
that
right?
is cool.
Yeah. With all this technology at their fingertips, it seems pretty unlikely that they'd make that kind of journey on foot. There must be some kind of device somewhere. Let's see if we can
And
figure out
then
how to
because we have
use it.
confirmation that like if
Borrow
I'm
one
in
of their
darkness
contraptions? You're
and
either
hitting
brave or out of
things,
your mind.
I get advantage.
If
Like,
it
oh
works
my
for them,
god,
there's
just
no reason it
the
wouldn't for us.
possibility of having like
Why
a
make things
divine
harder for
smite crit
ourselves?
is just woo.
You know what he's like, Law. Once he gets an idea in his head, there's no talking him out of it.
The I know the one thing I still want for is both my level 10 and level 14 ability, because this having Thought Shield, your thoughts can't be read by telepathic or other means unless you allow it. Having resistance to psychic damage, and whenever a creature deals psychic damage to me, they take that much damage as well. It's just, like, it's gonna be great. And then at level 14, just Crave for All. Just be, you get an ability to infect a humanoid's mind with the alien magic for your patron. You can use your action touch in a incapacitated humanoid that could just then charm by you to remove curse spells cast on it. This charm's condition is removed from it. Or, you can use this feature again. You can communicate telepathically with your charm creature as long as two of you are on the same plane of existence. And, oh, like, if I can just, like, get that onto, like, one of the people close to the Triad, or, like, even one of the Triad members themselves, like, knock down and be like, hey, you work for me now, I can take the campaign to a new direction.
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
I've been thinking, though, I think the end goal is to, like, become more Paladin than Warlock.
These ones can run rings around us.
I'm out of ammo. Piercing roll. Black Dragon Swarm. In a bind?
Make it rain! Kitara, frozen!
Hammer!
Nicely done! Pierce evil!
All thanks to you.
Dragon form! Blaze lancer! Lightning orb! Do it! Astral energy!
Say no more.
Not a chance. Prepare to be seized, though.
Actually, perhaps bound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing.
If we ever level up again.
Well tucked away.
Because you don't think the campaign will run again?
Blaze spear! Attack evil! Dragon form! Do it! Kitara, frozen!
Hammer!
With this, I can become even stronger.
Oh, true. Nurse
I
kit.
wonder how the Renans avoided being mind-controlled like the Helganquil. Do you think it might have something to do with the fact that they were originally Danans?
I'd say it's likely. Which is pretty ironic when you think about it.
Ironic?
The Renans
I mean,
have committed
when I
grave
was thinking about like the
injustices
leveling
against
stuff,
the
like I mean,
Dahnans.
those two features could be
It
very
was all of their
great.
own
But
volition,
now that I have like
not
this,
because they
the
were being
features of Warlock that I
No,
want,
it turns
like
out
the
they
sending,
themselves
you know,
were
the
once
scribe,
Dahnans too.
you know, the Far Scribe,
Which must
having
mean that
Devil's
the root of their
Sight,
evil
you
isn't
know,
the great
send,
spirit,
you know, just sending
but something
for
inherent in all
literally
of us.
you three people.
free will.
Even if we get new people, they're
Now, hang
probably not
on
going to go to
now.
my book.
It was that same free will that allowed
Invisibility
Shion
and everything.
to choose
I-
to fight alongside us.
For the
Without
roleplay
it, we
purposes,
wouldn't have been
dungeon
able to
exploring
beat hatred
purposes,
and forge
and,
all
like-
those connections we've made. Free will is what saved us.
Aaron's
Right?
been in the book. Are you
Law's
kidding?
entirely right.
Arden was
Maybe
always
Jason
in the
certainly
book.
can
Dez
have
was
to
not
look
in
on
the
the
book.
bright side every now and then.
Because Vernai said it
Yeah.
out loud once. He just
Where
does
there's
not
hope,
like Dez enough
there's a
that
way.
much yet. He just doesn't
What'd he
send
say?
information to Aaron
He
because
said,
he's
"Without a
not
doubt."
doing a job for Aaron. Oh. Yeah, he Vernai's very open about he does not trust Dez enough. It's why he doesn't tell her information unless it's something to do with the job at hand. I like to roleplay Vernai very like I know we've been together as a group for a year, but I still like to roleplay Vernai like, hey, we've only known each other for like what 10 days. There's people he likes more and there's people he likes less. That just happens to be the one of the people he likes less. But yeah, it was just the information that had to do with Garrett, like, you know, the farm he
Is
gave
this a
to
dead end?
the
It
person who
appears
needed
this
it,
whole
and
room functions as
most of
an
the information just gives
elevator.
to you
That
because like
apparatus there is likely what's used to
you're
control it.
technically the leader of the party, so like you'll decide who needs to know what. Because Vernai doesn't have to keep repeating himself like 2 or 3 times.
What the?
He also knows you're with them, so you would be
Where did they come from?
Less worry, more action.
want to tell everything.
Concentrate.
One more.
But yeah, I have everything I need for Vernai to do his job for the party, because like you guys, if you focus on the indie, focus on the information gathering, and I have everything I need, and that's beautiful because that's all we need Vernai to do. We don't need Vernai to be like the sweet talker or anything like that, or talk to the mayor. He just needs to gather information that normally can't be get.
Nicely done.
All thanks to you.
Where are you going?
I do actually have one hope for the new player for a setup scene for like introducing the characters. I actually hope we're not all together, like Vernai's actually out doing information gathering, and like the party like either hypes him up or talks about Vernai, like paints an image without calling him like a Haragon or anything like that. So like the character for the new party character has to like figure out what Vernai is. Like, oh, he's a drow, or oh, he's probably, you know, a half elf or something like that. And then you know, this 2-foot rabbit person just walks in and like blows away any expectations. And, like, that's not what I expected. Or they just keep appearing? Is that what's going on here?
In a bind.
Kitara, frozen.
Hammer.
All disasters made one. Come forth.
Flame inside me. Yours to be let free.
Do it. Astral energy.
Say no more.
Well done.
Dragon form.
Oh yeah.
Where are you going?
Honestly, if Mei gets chosen and knowing what her character's going to be, honestly, I know how she'd be introduced because she's expressed a hope to play her Kenku. Is that they're one of the people of the deity's entourage that she's placing in our party to help out Aaron and keep an eye on him so that nothing bad happens to him. Because like she has no ulterior thoughts. She just wants to marry Aaron. So why not give one of her like handmaidens to protect him? Or but she's also a cleric. She was sent by Wolfgang to help out Vivi.
For now, but things could shift at a moment's notice.
You're right.
How many enemies are going to fight here? Though I do think for Kate, if it's her go-to person for D&D, I am not.
Where are you going? Do it! Sion! Astral energy! Full throttle! A flawless victory. Naturally. Here's a healing arm.
Also, are we making bets? You think he's killing off Dez? I think he's killing off Dez.
Say no more.
Astral energy! Full throttle!
I can carve through armor.
Here goes!
Dragon form.
Photon dance in the wind!
Your skills are formidable. They belie your youth.
Kitara, frozen!
Hammer.
All disasters made one!
You picked
Like,
the wrong fight.
like I offered two suggestions. Like one is like she runs away with her ex. The other one she goes back to the crew, and he's like, oh, there's a plan already. I'm like, my first thought was, oh, he's killing her off, isn't he?
Glacial spear! Pierce the evil! This one's mine! Freeze blade now! Astral energy!
Say no more.
Glacial spear! Pierce the evil!
Take this.
On guard! Freeze
Dragon form.
I don't want it to be that, but it's like
The flame inside me.
you kind of like look at the writing on the wall and go, oh, that's what's gonna happen.
Bring you down! Make it rain! Kitara, frozen!
Hammer.
Here I go!
Dragon form.
Tiger blade! Light astral inferno glacial spear!
Can't get out of this.
Perfect move! Make it rain! Kitara, frozen!
Hammer.
Okay, there we go. That's the last one.
I'll do everything I can with this power.
Make us proud, Alphen.
Yeah!
Even in such a harsh environment as this, there are still creatures here.
You think they're native to Rena?
That's really
Or could they be
cool
Zoogle
looking.
somehow?
Whatever
Holy
they are,
shit.
they're dangerous.
That
Watch
looks
yourselves
awesome.
around them.
You think that pit stretches all the way to Rena's core?
Can we just run around these enemies?
That's true.
Hold on. Can we just like skip these guys? Hold on.
At the bottom.
We're not
could
talking
get
to you
there-
guys. Okay, it feels like there's a bunch
Even
of enemies
faster
here
if
for
we
a
simply
reason.
jump down instead.
You sound alarmingly serious when you say that.
I feel like we're gonna have to fight you because you're all around it. But hold on. Can we flee? We can flee. Okay. That's funny. Wait, can we just like skip all the way to...
Some good equipment!
I can't say its appearance is to my tastes, personally.
This might be just funny. But do we get credit for fighting those? Hold on. Hold on. I don't think we get... Yeah, I don't think we get credit for fighting it, maybe. No, we do. Oh.
These structures don't look like anything built by the Renans. Or even what we saw in the Forbidden Zone.
Perhaps this is the true architectural style of the Helganquil. Or perhaps the
There's
opposite,
something in there in the corner.
given
I
their
can see it.
situation.
You mean like how some places favor building stuff with stone, while others rely on wood?
That's an interesting way of looking at it. I'll have to inquire with Hevrik 35 about it sometime.
You don't see me. Oh, it's just three of these guys. We can handle them.
Don't mind if I do.
You picked the wrong fight.
Now you see what I can do!
Dragon Swarm! Come forward! And we win! This one's mine! Inferno! Make it rain! Neon! Astral energy! Full throttle! A flawless victory! Naturally!
Dragon Swarm!
This one's mine! Healing strike!
Thank you for all your help.
Astral energy!
Say no more. My turn. This one's all mine.
Vortex strike!
Swallow blade.
Going in!
Strike.
Make it win! Air thrust! Wah!
Yeah, let's do Demon
Oh,
Fang.
looky here!
Those thorns.
I'm not letting them get in our way.
That equip... should come in handy.
Brace yourself. This
Okay, we have credit. We're just gonna run.
It can hide itself? Amazing!
I won't fight just for the sake of it.
Okay, maybe we don't get credit for it. Maybe I was wrong. Oops. Oh well. You don't see me. Venom Crystal there. Okay, Pixie Crystal, okay.
Brace yourself! This one's tough! You picked the wrong fight!
Now you see what I can do!
Can't get out of this! Demon Fang!
Going in.
You're mine!
The flames will roar.
Burn it out!
Inferno Crow. Astral energy. Full throttle. A flawless victory. Naturally.
Demon Fang!
Oh, Radiant here. Here, let me help. Now, Mega Ray. Astral energy. Full throttle.
Not a chance! Demon Fang!
Hurricane strike. Glacial
Take it.
spear.
This one's
Here
mine.
it is. Now. Astral energy.
Say no more! My turn! Demon Fang! Here I come!
Make it ready, sir. Frozen.
Hammer!
With this, I can. Become even stronger.
This place really is massive.
Whoa, this is amazing.
You always get excited when you find something good.
We should hurry and get this stuff processed. This won't be easy.
Don't be such a pessimist.
To stop you dying? Creepy crawlies aren't accepting enough.
Denied! No further!
Glacial spear.
Pass through armor!
Going in. Photon
Appreciate that shield and
No escape! This one keeps
Now you've got
charging
it
us!
kicked. That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare to Malika!
Vacuum blade!
Don't mind if I do. Out of ammo.
You picked the wrong fight! Here I come!
Stars of light. Rain down.
Going in.
Oh!
Take this!
Vacuum blade!
Lightning.
Look sharp!
There!
Prepare to be sealed! Can't get out of this! My shattering! Armor won't save you!
This one's mine. One at a time. Annihilation.
Still! You're unready! Far enough!
There!
Steering flame.
You picked the wrong fight! Vacuum blade!
Look sharp! Take this!
Vacuum blade!
One more.
Ryan Power!
It looks like you got this one covered.
Try harder! Not a chance! Vacuum blade!
All right!
Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno!
If it's in now, frozen.
Hammer!
I felt better, that's for sure.
This loses resources.
Brace yourself! This one's tough!
This one's mine!
You wanna play? Save
Come
you!
at me!
In a vine?
Here! Send it! These things really get on my nerves. Going in. Seal, hold on to your arms. Here I come. Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Yeah, we're winning, but it's gonna be it's now the uphill climb.
Far enough!
Now, Frozen.
Hammer!
Nicely done.
Too fast!
Stand
All
back.
thanks to
I'll
you.
pick it up.
Annihilation. Photonica field.
blade.
To the wind.
This one's
Mega
mine!
ray. That's it. This will come in handy.
You're mine!
Excited.
This one's
You're
mine!
Mine!
A banana. Let's go.
If it's in the sky, it's mine! This one's
blade.
mine!
You picked the wrong fight! Vacuum blade!
Ready and
Now.
river!
Astral energy.
Say no more.
My turn!
Glacial spear!
Take this!
Vacuum blade!
Can't get out of this! I'll smash you!
Now, Frozen.
Hammer!
No
Far enough! Make it rain!
Dopamine.
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis.
Well, am I improving?
Tremendously. The speed and precision of your aim is simply unmatched.
I had no idea you were watching me so closely.
Oh, I see something in there in the corner.
Brace yourself! This one's tough! Burn it out!
Not in your dreams.
This is bad, right?
Yes, Alvin. Very bad.
I don't feel so good.
Careful. It has some kind of camouflage. Fall into thine. Oh, that. Toss it, toss.
You all! This one's mine!
Okay, just need to back away.
I owe you, Sion. Healing is what my art can best.
Can't get out of this!
All mine can do is cause havoc and destruction.
Vacuum blade!
Glacial spear!
Easy now.
Yeah! Bubbling to me!
Not today!
Eat dirt!
You're mine!
This one's mine! That'll bring you down!
There!
Guardian field!
Vacuum blade!
My head's spinning! What? Far enough!
Vacuum!
Here, let me help.
There!
Get on in there with the others.
Piercing
Into the center field.
I'm not done!
Light astral blah blah blah. Magic first aid. Holy land.
Alright, let me out!
Prepare to be sealed!
Here's evil.
In a vine?
Now you've gone and ticked me off!
Vacuum blade!
Range cascade.
Try harder!
That I need aid.
College charge!
Thanks, Kisara.
I'll fix you up!
Holy land.
Shooting up here. I see.
Here, let me help! And just like that, I'm back in it! Start by holding
No, why don't we just do a treat?
the front line! No sooner said than done!
Time to let it rip!
Going in!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Will this help?
Ha! Not today!
Hurricane one's mine!
You're mine!
Armor won't save you! This one's mine! That's it!
I'll heal you all. There you go. Don't let up.
Is this it?
Don't give up. First and
This should do it! Vacuum blade!
Don't mind if I do.
Denied!
Can't get out of this!
Annihilation.
Hurricane strike!
There!
Raging storm.
Make it rain!
Here's the astral energy.
Say no more.
Well done.
Vacuum blade!
Right.
Healing.
Okay. Drop a healing circle, please, because we are running out of HP quick.
What I do?
was a close...
Who's gonna be a pain in the ass?
Sting.
It's gonna be one of those things where it's gonna be like a marathon of a dungeon. We're gonna be using so much for our combat points, just like new things to get items.
My word. This... This must be the work of Providence.
What now?
It means destiny. I think it's a bit of an exaggeration, though.
I thought we'd get around here.
We're in for a long slog with this one. That'll bring you down.
I'll smash you!
The earth throbs in pain.
The flame inside me yearns to be let free.
Look sharp!
Vacuum blade!
Glacial fire! Let's keep up the pressure!
Here I come!
Glacial spear!
Vacuum blade!
Hurricane strike!
Vacuum blade! There!
Take this!
Can't get out of this!
Lunar blast!
Vacuum blade!
This one's mine!
Vacuum blade!
Now you see what I can do!
You picked the wrong fight!
Here's far enough!
There! Vacuum blade! Vacuum blade! There! Take it!
I think I understand why this dungeon suddenly had the teleportation back up. Because you're probably meant to go get more supplies.
Try harder! Not a chance! What? What the hell is going on?
Fall back, Alphen. We'll take point here.
Sorry to impose on you like this.
Vacuum blade! Oh, violent darting wind!
Not today!
I'm gone!
There!
Healing circle!
Oh, see giant of the moon. Feels like we help.
I'll smash you! Come forth and healings of purity! Lunar corruption! Lunar blast!
Vacuum blade!
I'm all stopped up! Illuminate the dark! Come forth!
This one's mine.
Holy land! I can see all day!
Glacial spear.
Vacuum blade!
This one's mine.
There!
This one's mine.
Vacuum blade! Sword blade! River!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Good to know my training is paying off.
Hell, you're protecting something.
Don't get careless.
Vacuum blade!
Don't tell me!
Not today!
Hurricane strike.
Vacuum blade! Time to cross blade!
Now or never.
I never miss!
Flying freak! Why can't they just sit still?
Sia, can you take care of them?
An assassin's done!
Here I come! Eat dirt!
Now! Astral energy! Full throttle! A flawless victory! Naturally!
This one's all mine! There! Ignite!
Going in! Hurricane strike!
Here I come!
This one's mine.
Healing circle!
Vacuum blade!
Wind Thanks for the healing.
Watch yourself, okay?
Yeah, you too.
Time to let it rip. Demon Fang, coming through. Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Time to show.
Take this!
Illuminate the sun.
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Try harder! My turn!
Illuminate the sun. Lunar blast. Holy land.
There!
Here's a healing art.
Try harder! There!
Flame.
Take this!
Lightning orb.
Vacuum blade! You picked the wrong fight!
Illuminate the sun.
This one's mine.
Holy land.
Ready and ready! This armor won't save
There
you!
you go. Don't let up.
Try harder! Not a chance!
Inferno crossing.
Vacuum blade!
Here's a healing art.
Here I
Holy land.
Vacuum blade!
Supernova. Kitara frozen.
Hammer!
Nicely done.
If it's in the sky, it's mine. All thanks to you.
As impressive as
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Will this help? On guard. Inferno crossing.
Healing circle. Flames will roar.
Vacuum blade!
Astral energy.
Say no more!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
This. Might be some decent equipment.
Anything that makes battles easier is okay by me.
This won't be easy.
Vacuum blade!
Don't be such a pessimist.
Ignite!
Dance in the wind.
It's like, I need to heal right off the bat.
Try harder! No further! Not a chance!
Now you see what I can do!
Searing flame. Reload. Lightning orb. Mega ray. Lightning.
Ether!
I'm out of ammo. Going in. Air thrust. Annihilate. Light after
Amazing.
Vacuum blade! Vacuum blade!
Inferno crossing.
Here I...
First aid.
Vacuum!
Dance in the wind.
I'm gonna need more.
Prepare to be seen! In a bind?
Leave the charge to me.
You're finished!
Now you see what I can do!
Hurricane Strike. Do it. Kitara frozen.
Hammer!
Nicely done.
All thanks to you.
Ignite!
I never miss.
Vacuum blade!
Not on my watch.
You're mine!
Leon, astral energy. Full throttle.
Now!
Glacial spear. Inferno holy land. Here's a healing art. First aid.
You're
This
mine!
one's mine.
I call
Vacuum
upon
blade.
thee. And again. Here's a healing art. Hurricane
Thank you for all your help.
Please, don't mention it.
I'm glad to know someone's got my back.
Vacuum blade!
Lunar blast. Inferno crossing.
We can do this. I just have to
You
get it
picked the
together.
wrong fight!
We're right here. We can help you.
Shion's right. You have us to lean
Demon
on.
Fang coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'll heal you all.
I'll smash you!
Vacuum blade!
Just what I needed.
feel like we're gonna fight the first boss of this area.
What do you think this place was for?
That's fucking creepy.
What the hell? Are they asleep?
No, they appear to be well preserved. However, they are all dead.
Dead? So this is a mass grave?
Looks that way. However, none of them appear to be Alganquil.
Bear in mind that Renans were originally Danans, who were remade and sent to
Hey
live
Patty,
on
if you're here, what is the
Knowing
the
that,
book page
they
you
would have needed a place
put
to perform
down?
the procedure somewhere.
And that place is here, I assume.
So what
Like,
you're saying
is
is
that like
all of
abilities
these
from
are
something?
Danon, or rather, Renin bodies?
Most likely, yes. It must have been abandoned for one reason or another.
There are so many of them.
Oh no, yeah, that's actually
They were all taken away, but never given the
yeah,
chance
it's
to wait.
probably something about Ren's are actually Danans. Yeah, that's actually the lore. But no, what is that book page you posted in the server? Because you mentioned because it mentioned your favorite parts of not capitalized. There's totally a boss fight that's gonna happen right here, so I'm gonna save it right here. We'll probably pick this up. I guess we're not finished. I thought we were near the end. Apparently, we are not near the end. But we'll see who's online right now. We are getting near the end, though. We're in the final dungeon. We have to be getting near the end. So who is online that we know? There's a few names I saw like playing on Steam, but I don't know if they're live. I mean, Luca's doing Marvel Rivals. We could go raid Luca. Alright, let's go do that. Alright. Luca. I don't know when's the next time we're going to stream. It is probably not going to be tomorrow, but it's probably going to be like Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, one of those days, and we hopefully finish Tales of Rise. I have a few ideas of what I want to do next. It's either going to be, anyway, book page from Little Rambler and Jaren Ideas for Ships and Lake. Cool, okay. I like that. But yeah, in the next few days, it's probably after we do Tales of Rise, it's either going to be Signalius, which was very highly recommended by Grindhouse, or it's going to be one of the demo discs. There's like there's this group called Demo Disc. They do a bunch of like demos of like some horror games. I might do one of those, just take a break to also give me something horror to play, as well as they're bite size, so you know they could be done over a few days. But Signalius is probably gonna be my next like major playthrough because like it's been hyped a lot. Apparently there's a lot of King Yellow stuff, and when I found that one like Minecraft ARG thing, like I'm like it's been the kick. I just been in that kick for like something like Call of Cthulhu stuff. But yeah, I will see you all in the next couple days, and I hope you have a good night. Let's go raid.